Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. Hope you guys enjoyed the new little intro thing I made. I did that last night. Anybody new to the channel knows, or may not know, that actually sometimes I do these videos late at night when I'm doing my regular 9 to 5 job, and that actually involves doing overnights, unfortunately. So sometimes these videos come out late, and they probably sometimes sound a little tired, and that's why. Tired meaning me being tired. But you know what? I made myself a promise. I made a promise to you guys. I'm going to try and do these as often as I can to update you on the animal farm. I'm still a huge believer in this. I know if anybody who's watching this isn't in the Telegram, there's always people that are just absolutely excited. Those who are seeing this as another run-of-the-mill yield farm. So the total volume has dipped down a little bit. As well as the trade volume has been dipping a little bit. But you know what? That kind of comes with it. This hasn't been around very long. So many people are jaded in the crypto space with these farms because they were popping up a dime a dozen, as we all know. And because they were popping up so often, people got used to moving their funds into things and out of things as the token went up and went down. And with the previous yield farms, the localized token always was inflationary. No matter what, it always just kept producing, which is why a lot of those yield farms didn't last very long, simply because it would produce themselves into oblivion. Eventually, as people started seeing the downward trend of the token, they would then just start dumping it, while the emissions never slowed, never changed. One of the big things about this, one, it has an incredible backing with an incredible developer and an incredible community, but it's also linked to an entire different ecosystem called Drip. There's also a lot of plans in the future, including a new one called Piggy Bank that's going to be coming out. This one also puts the DeFi in as you the owner. So anybody new here hasn't checked out the white paper, and I'm going to do a whole series on the white paper explaining it kind of section by section. But if you own the pig token in here and you're over here in the pig pen, you are actually an owner of the platform. So typically these yield platforms, or any platform for that matter, usually has a particular amount of transaction fees and percentages that go to the developer or go to the core team. Well, in this case, you are the owner, so that value actually ends up going to those who own pig. And if you own pig, you put into the pig pen, then you earn those dividends and things for being basically the owner. So in reality, I kind of like this idea, and I don't think it's caught on yet, and I think a lot of people aren't realizing the true potential because it just started. But this will truly be, granted, yes, the developer will be doing the majority of it, but the ownership and the value is going to come from those who support it, those who spread the word, those who tell their friends and family, and those who own the pig token. So with that being said, I'm going to go through the white paper. I'm going to do a series on it. We'll go section by section. I'll do different videos. For this particular one, I just kind of want to point out a couple of things that I noticed. Anybody who isn't aware, I have been trying to track this each day. Now, currently, it technically is 12:30 a.m. on the 18th, so I don't have the 18th yet, but I do have the 17th numbers on here. A couple of things that I'm trying to pay attention to. One is the biggest thing I'm looking for is what are we getting paid per pig per day? This is currently at 43 cents, which means in this pig pen, each pig, so 27 pigs, you will then get 43 cents approximately. There's a little bit of tweaking and there's a lot of variables that come in part of that. But you will get that out of the total BUSD vault here, which is now 41,571. So where does this value come from? Well, it comes from a bunch of different places. One is you need to know how many pigs are actually locked up, because only those locked up are getting that percentage. That percentage is 3% each day of this value goes out to all pig holders that are staked, so it goes all to these 3 people. But there's also some factors that influence this price based on the daily trading value of pig itself, and of course the price of pigs itself. In fact, we can modify this. Let's say pigs goes up to $1,000. Oh, weird, it didn't update. I am going to need to fix that. Interesting. Oh, no, I know why. I apologize. Sorry, I had to, again, bear with me, 12:30 a.m. This value actually is not based on anything that has to do with the pig value. I apologize. This value is based on the BUSD value. God, I've been doing this for days. You think I would have just known that automatically. So sorry for that pause there. It just took me a minute to register this early in the morning. But one thing that I am trying to pay attention to Well, first let's update this. This is actually 256. It's got some change in there. We're going to be at 256. So a couple of things that I'm looking for. Obviously, one of the things that it talks about is this dynamic emission rate, which basically means if the cell pressure is too high for too long. Sorry, it's my work alerting me. If the cell pressure is too high for too long, it will cut the emission rates down in order to diminish that cell pressure. And we are starting to see that already, and that's actually where if you go here, where is it? I think it's under farms. So you'll see now it's under restricted, which basically means the cell pressure is pretty high, which is why you're seeing this price drop and the dog's price drop. So both of them get restricted on their emission, which means there should be less pigs going out each day, basically. And we are seeing that actually. So in the beginning, there was quite a bit being emitted. Now it's actually going down. There's only just under almost 4,000 emitted. So that appears to be accurate. But the other thing I was wondering, and what I'm curious about, and we'll see how it plays out. In fact, I should add a column over here of whether we're restricted or not. It's actually a good idea. But anyways, we've been at about 85% lockup. So I've been curious to see, as these emissions go down, will this lockup change? But in reality, it has been pretty steadfast. It has been consistent 85% lockup, which means those people who are core in this are basically rolling over their dividends over, and so it hasn't fluctuated much, even with the influx of people. So you have the 6207. This is how many people were holding pigs yesterday. 6225 today. It's an increase of 18. Not a significant amount, but it's still an increase. You would think that as this value increased, you would see an increase of this locked up percentage, but it hasn't jumped all too much. So I'm going to be curious to see as these number goes up. The other thing I was going to point out is, since this has started, 5,914 pig holders. Now we're at 6,225. If you go to the Telegram, there is 58,000 members in here. Now, granted, there's probably, let's go aggressive. Let's say 50% are bots, which it just really isn't. This was such an organically grown Telegram. I think a lot of these are true numbers. It was over 60,000 before, but I think some of them have been dropping out, and they've also been able to eliminate some of the fake accounts and things. So it's down to 58,200. But even if we go aggressive, you're talking about 26,000 people in here, and we only have 6,000 people, just over 6,000 people holding pigs at the moment. What are all of you in here doing that is making you, and this is where my curiosity is, why is this not higher? What is everybody in here? What's everybody in this Telegram over here, this Animal Farm Telegram? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the price to keep going down? Are you waiting for it to start spiking back up again? Where is this discrepancy coming from? It's a big discrepancy. And we know more people can do it, because look over here. Some people are over there just farming. So there's actually almost 1,200 more people holding dogs than pigs at the moment. And this number actually has been going up every day as well. And you can actually lock dogs up in order to get pigs to become an owner. And there's only 25% locked up. And it's been about average. It's actually diminishing ever so slightly, which means more people are unlocking and selling, which is actually kind of a good thing. Not a good thing for dogs' price, but it's a good thing for those who are in the dog pool, such as myself, simply because it's going to give me more pigs. So I'm actually in the single stake pool right now, so it should be getting me more pigs as people come out of it. So anyway, those are some of the things I'm thinking about. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Let me know if there's statistics that maybe you would want to know. I added this field over here. I'm trying to keep track of just like events that are occurring during the day and that kind of thing. I put in the piggy bank was first updated here on the 16th. I was kind of expecting a big jump, and we did, from 260 to 272, but we're back down to 256. So a lot of weak hands are still in there. But tell me what you think. Why is this 6225 holders so much lower than this 58,000 members over here? All right, guys. The next videos, I'm going to start working on the white paper. I'm going to start doing some videos breaking down the white paper section by section, just to explain to those who are new and just give people a place to go that if they want to kind of have an understanding of the white paper from more of a, hopefully a simpler perspective after I read through it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope all is well. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And hope you have a good night. I'm going to try and get some shut-eye myself. It's almost 1 a.m. here, so have a good night, guys.